Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This video, as you saw in the cold open, is going to be about a pocket watch that I acquired. For years, I've had watches like this, the cheapo. They look nice, but they're not really railroad authentic. They're modern battery-powered watches with a case, and they're set by moving the crown up. I set the time by moving the crown. Again, they're nice for show, and getting a pocket watch in your pocket. This one I always thought was defective because the train is really crooked. That must have been put in the die the wrong way. But this was my first one. It's kind of what they call a sidewinder style. Most pocket watches have the crown at the 12 o'clock. And the cover was called hunting style. Let me preface this that if you're a watch expert, turn off the TV right now because you're probably going to cringe at my lack of knowledge. So this is my first one. Battery went dead on it, and I just never replaced it. Got a second one, very similar. I'm pretty sure these come out of the same factory. They're modern. I mean, they're fancy looking. They are nice for dress. That's the proper 12 o'clock orientation for that. But again, it doesn't work. Just the battery has gone dead. The way to replace the battery, you just peel this thing off here and it reveals the mechanism back there. But anyway, what we're here to talk about is an authentic, old school Illinois watch company pocket watch. This is the Model 9, grade 706. And by the date from the serial numbers I've been able to garner, was built in 1920 at the Illinois Watch Factory. I bought it at a train show, and it was kind of in the market for a real mechanical pocket watch. And I saw the price on this, and it wasn't too bad. It does have some defects. If you look at the face, the enamel the porcelain is cracked in a couple places, but I compared it with my phone at the time, and it kept accurate time, at least in the couple minutes that I held it against the stopwatch. So I knew the mechanism was working, and as they say, chrome doesn't get you home. So let's take a look at that. It's 10 karat gold case. When I got it, I showed it to another railroad guy, and he says, "Oh, that's not railroad grade." And this is what this video is really kind of about. And again, if you're a watch expert, avert your eyes right now. This is just amateur hour for me. But he said it wasn't railroad grade because it didn't have 24-hour time. So there'd be a 13, 14, so on and so forth, military time. And he said, I don't know if that would be the distinguishing factor between railroad grade. So I bought the watch anyway, got it home, and hit the old Googler, and man, was it confusing after that, because there really wasn't a standard nationalized definition of railroad grade. It's whatever the railroad company approved. Now, there were watches made specifically under contract for large railroads. And as technology got better, the railroads would adopt that type of technology. However, in 1893, the General Railroad Timepiece Standards Commission presented new guidelines. They weren't rules, they weren't laws, they were just guidelines. They referred to the General Railroad Timepiece Standards, which required watches in use by employees responsible for train movements to meet the following recommended minimum standards. Be open face, which this is, mean no lid, like these. Be at least a size 16 or 18, which this is a size 16. That's the Lancashire gauge for measuring watches. Be a plain white dial, which it is. Have bold black hands and bold Arabic numerals, which it does. It doesn't have the Roman numerals. Have the stem lining at 12 o'clock, which it does. Be lever set, and that kind of threw me. I said, geez, what's lever set? Because you can't pull this crown up. And the reason that is this is called what they call a lever set watch. Do this behind the camera here. Whereas on these watches, again, they're not really rare grade, but you pull the crown up and set the time. Well, the problem is that goes in your pocket. That can get caught on something. So right here, up at the 1 o'clock, there's a little lever that will come out, and you'd set, that would basically stop the watch. You could set it by the crown and then push that lever back in. So that was called lever set. So that watch is lever set. And I'll just try to get this bezel back on here without destroying my new watch. All right, so, and like I said, it had the lever set to prevent an accidental change while in your pocket. And it had to have a minimum of 17 joules on a double roller steel escape wheel, micrometric regulated grade on the back plate, and be adjusted to at least 5 positions and temperature compensated from 34 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and keep a accuracy of no more a gain or loss in 30 seconds per week. And if we look here, focus. 19 joules, adjusted to positions, and has the temperature compensation. So, question is now, is this railroad grade? Well, I don't know. I found conflicting information on the internet for this Model 9 grade 706 watch. Some sources say no, even though it met all of the requirements from the 1893 General Railroad Timepiece Standards. I imagine as technology improved, and like most things, they got more refined and better designed. The railroads probably changed their standards, but this was manufactured in either 20 or 21. So, I just, I don't know. It's got a little bit of rust on the spring wheels, but that's not a big deal. It keeps very accurate time. I've actually timed it over, right now, 2 days, and it's spot on against an accurate clock. So, I definitely understand back then the railroads had the need for super accurate timepieces, and engineers and conductors used to compare watches, and even on the same train, against the standard clock for how they were dispatched by timetable and timetable authority. But the service this will be in isn't that sensitive to time. It's going to be more just nostalgia, looking good, and also, like I said, the FRA has banned electronics in the cab, so there's no electronics on this when I use it to compare mileposts and measure the locomotive speed against the speedometer on the locomotive. But sure is a beauty. And to think that this thing is at least 100 years old at this point. And while doing research on the internet, and you'll find the link for that video down in the description. I came across a video, it's a silent movie, of the Illinois Watch Company in 1922, and all the various steps that the craftsmen who made these watches, and these were the iPhones of the day, you know, the amount of work that went into that. So after you finish watching this video, take a ride down to that description box. I'll post a link to that video, and you'll be amazed at just the size of the tools. It was all belt-driven equipment, and they made these precision machines that today still rival a digital watch. This will be a very treasured part of my collection for years to come, and we'll enjoy some time back in railroad service. Anyway, everyone, thanks for watching. If you like these videos, click like and subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for more. Have a safe day.